Why?
Human.
Look up right now. One sun, one shadow, one sunrise, one sunset, every single day of your life, without exception, since the day you were born. Now imagine stepping outside tomorrow morning and seeing two of them, both blazing in the sky at once. Not a trick of the light, not an eclipse, not a reflection, not some rare atmospheric illusion. Two actual suns, both real, both burning, both pulling on you and everything around you at the exact same time. Here's the part that should genuinely surprise you. This isn't some rare cosmic fantasy dreamed up for science fiction. Binary star systems, two suns locked in orbit with each other, are incredibly common throughout the galaxy, far more common than most people assume. Astronomers estimate that a significant fraction of sun-like stars exist in binary or multiple star systems, not as lonely single suns like ours. In a strange, almost humbling way, it's Earth's single-sun setup that's the less typical arrangement in the universe, not the other way around. So let's actually walk through what your life would look like if you woke up tomorrow and Earth orbited two suns instead of one. The first thing you'd notice, almost immediately, is your shadow. You'd have two of them, cast at different angles, different lengths, sometimes overlapping into strange merged shapes, sometimes stretching in completely different directions, depending on exactly where each sun sat in the sky at that moment. Simple daily tasks you've never had to think about, telling time by shadow length, judging direction by the sun's position, would stop working the way they always have, because there would no longer be one single consistent light source to read the world by. Every object around you, buildings, trees, even people walking past, would cast this same strange double shadow effect, constantly shifting and recombining as both suns moved independently across the sky throughout the day. Depending on the exact configuration of the two suns, your days themselves would look radically different. If the two suns were relatively close together in the sky, you might experience what looks like one very bright, very intense day, since their combined light and heat would hit Earth simultaneously. Astrophysicists studying binary star habitability have found that in tightly bound systems, planets can experience noticeably higher surface temperatures and radiation exposure than a single-star planet at a similar distance, simply because two stars are dumping energy onto the same world at once. But if the two suns were spread further apart in Earth's sky, something even stranger happens. You could experience double sunrises and double sunsets, hours apart, creating stretches of daylight that never fully go dark. Depending on the orbital mechanics involved, some regions of a two-sun planet could experience prolonged periods of near-continuous daylight, followed by unusually long nights when both suns happen to set closely together. Your entire concept of a day would need to be rebuilt from scratch, because the tidy 24-hour rhythm your body evolved around assumes exactly one light source rising and falling on a predictable cycle. This is where things get genuinely disruptive, biologically, in ways that go far deeper than just an unusual sky. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates your sleep, your hormone release, your alertness, and even your appetite, evolved over millions of years, syncing precisely to one consistent day-night cycle. Researchers studying circadian biology have shown just how sensitive this system already is to irregular light exposure, even here on ordinary single-sun Earth. Shift workers and people experiencing extreme seasonal daylight variation near the poles already show measurable disruptions to sleep quality, mood regulation, and metabolic health, from something as comparatively mild as working night shifts or living through an Arctic winter. Now imagine that same kind of irregularity permanently baked into the basic structure of every single day, for every person, everywhere on the planet, forever, with no season of relief. Color itself might look different too. Different stars emit light across different wavelengths, depending on their temperature and composition. If Earth's second sun were a different type of star than our own, a cooler red dwarf, say, instead of another yellow star like the sun, the combined light hitting Earth's surface could shift the color of the sky, the appearance of plants, even how vivid or muted certain colors appear to your eyes. Plants themselves, which evolved photosynthesis specifically calibrated to our sun's particular light spectrum, might need entirely different pigments to efficiently capture energy from a second, differently colored light source, assuming plant life could adapt to that shift at all. Then there's the orbital mechanics problem, which is honestly the part that makes two-sun planets scientifically tricky in the first place. For a planet to have a genuinely stable, livable orbit around two stars, the configuration usually needs to be one of two things. Either the planet orbits both stars together from a wide enough distance that their combined gravity acts like one source, which is how most confirmed two-sun exoplanets, sometimes nicknamed after the fictional planet Tatooine, actually exist. Or the planet orbits just one of the two stars closely, while the second star orbits much further away, contributing extra light but not directly destabilizing the planet's path. A poorly configured system, where a planet gets caught between two stars with competing gravitational pulls, tends to result in chaotic, unstable orbits, sometimes ending with the planet being flung out of the system entirely or pulled apart. Real astronomers have actually found planets orbiting binary star systems, most famously through NASA's Kepler mission, which discovered several genuine two-sun worlds, confirming that this isn't just theoretical. These planets exist right now somewhere in our galaxy, with residents, if any exist there, who have never once known what it's like to only have one sun in their sky. Which brings us to something worth sitting with. Nearly everything about how your body works, when you sleep, when you're hungry, how your mood shifts with the seasons, was quietly shaped across an almost unimaginable stretch of evolutionary time by one specific, predictable pattern of light and dark. A single sun, rising and setting over and over for roughly 4 billion years of life evolving on this exact planet. You don't just live under one sun. In a very real biological sense, you were built by it, gradually, generation after generation, across an almost incomprehensible stretch of evolutionary time, until an entire nervous system evolved around the quiet assumption that light would always behave in exactly this one consistent, predictable way. It's strange to realize that something as fundamental as how tired you feel at 10 p.m. or how your mood shifts when winter days grow short isn't some fixed law of biology in general. It's a rhythm, specific to this one particular star, this one particular orbit, this one particular planet, that happen to be the exact conditions your entire lineage evolved inside of. So the next time you watch an ordinary sunset, just one sun, dipping below one horizon, in one smooth, predictable motion, know that you're witnessing the exact rhythm your entire biology was quietly constructed around over billions of years, without your input or consent. Somewhere out there, on a planet orbiting two suns, a very different kind of life, if it exists at all, is looking up at a sky that never quite goes dark the same way twice, built by an entirely different rhythm than the one that built you.